I'm done.
Yep.
We have a conversation about silence. Last week we had a
I mean, we're
silence
recording right now, but,
conversation.
you know. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. I'm your host, Gabe. I'm missing my co-host this week, but I have with me...
This is the part where you say your name.
Isaac.
Hi, I'm Arlen.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Vanessa.
No one
And
used the pseudonym that time.
no one uses pseudonym.
Impressive.
What's the pseudonym?
What's
A pseudonym is a name
It's
that is
like-
not your
You
own.
just fucking
Nom de
ask
plume.
what's a pseudonym?
It's
Like a nom de plume.
Nom de plume.
Don't explain a complicated word with a complicated word. If he doesn't know what a pseudonym is, he's not going to know what a nom de plume is.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Fake name.
Oh, you want a fake name now?
no fake names.
No
Oh,
fake
no,
names.
these
All right.
ones-
Until next week.
These ones aren't twist off. Does
So...
anyone have a?
I do.
Oh, yay!
Oh, you actually do?
Usually I've got like 6 of them. I'm only down to 1 right now.
Oh my God! Thank you.
All right. So our topic for this week, I'm going to start the timer
All right.
because we're only supposed to go for 15 minutes. Is
So many rules.
so many goddamn rules, Arlen, because, you know, I knew you were coming and I knew you'd fucking break them. Hey! All right. So first topic we're going to spend 15 minutes on is silence. While Jack struggles to open an angry orchard.
This is my brother's bottle opener. It's his fault.
Oh, Harry. All right.
Cursed it.
So, anyway, Jack, I think you should start this off
Ooh, why should I start this one off?
because you're the one that wanted this topic.
Also
you said
true.
you said let's have silence be a topic next week, and I said, yeah, sure. I don't have a list of topics anyway.
Yeah, so I find silence cool. I have retired a long meditation practice of years ago. The things you can find in silence, external silence or personal silence of like not speaking but still listening, has been impactful in my life. So I'm wondering what your guys' experience with being silent, with the world around you being silent, I don't know, kind of things in the general area of silence.
It really depends on the situation for me because most of the time I don't like silence. As I've said, if silence happens, I will start making random noises until the silence has stopped. If I'm by myself,
Why is
I don't-
that?
I don't know.
Have you tried not doing that?
I just tried not. You know that thing you do? Stop.
No, I'm wondering not as a like that annoys me. You should never do that again. More as a like
Well, no.
that sounds like an interesting way to access your perception of the world and your interaction with the world. Right? When there is a consistent pattern in your life, I like digging into the consistent patterns in my life to figure out why I do them.
I think. I don't know. I don't have any like childhood trauma that I could recall revolving around.
I'm not saying that you're gonna know what it is right now. I'm saying you should try it and see what
So
happens.
I should
See how
delve
it
into it.
feels.
I should delve
Yeah.
into it.
If you want to. If you don't, fuck it.
So, I think the next person we should go to with is silence's experience. Well, I guess one more thing I'll say is I don't mind silence when I'm by myself. I'll enjoy just like sitting and like staring because I have insomnia.
Okay.
So there are times I just won't be able to sleep. And for anyone who has insomnia, you know that like turning on TV, music doesn't always help. Music's probably way better than TV because like the lights
Yeah.
will keep you up and everything.
Yep.
So just like there's been many times in my life where I was just stared at the ceiling and had thoughts. And it's how I got over a lot of emotional shit when I was
Yeah.
younger because I was just like, I have no choice but to dwell on things I don't want to dwell on. Because thinking about things I want to think about goes by really fast. Because like most of the thoughts I want to think about are just like quick. It's just like, I want to have this for lunch tomorrow. Okay, let me think about my most recent breakup and why this is causing me pain. And that's
Yeah.
like point A,
Word.
point B.
That is the experience of
Word.
silence.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so Davey, Arlen, you've gotten silent retreats. What's
yeah.
that like?
Okay, yeah. So.
Oh, explain why you've gone on silent retreats
I will.
and what those entail.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm part of a secret cult. It's not a cult. But I like. It's totally a cult. I go on spiritual retreats. And there's a special spiritual retreat that I go to out in Coeur d'Alene, Oregon, out on the lake. And it's this kind of like 5-day silent retreat, and it's called a kilvat, and it's it's presided over by
Nonchalant
it's presided over by a teacher, often a teacher named Saladin, and then all of the students who are there for those 5 days were not allowed to talk to each other, and so we have to just spend all day in silent meditation and silent prayer.
Now, is this like, what's something similar? Is it similar to Ramadan? So Ramadan is
Right.
like
Mhm.
traditional fasting
For
for the Islam,
for this
but
one
they
you
only
don't.
do it between certain hours of the day
Right.
where they like have to, and then there's certain hours they can eat. Or is there certain hours you can talk?
Well, so for an hour, we pick a time, a scheduled time to meet, with our teacher one-on-one, in this little fireside room, and we just talk about, just insights that we've had while meditating and just things that we're dealing with in our own inner life and whatever. But for the rest of the day, he gives us all kind of a sheet of paper with a list of different practices to do at specific times during the day. And so these can be different, like meditation practices or breathing exercises or walking exercises, going on hikes, and there's a bunch of different trails and things you can go on hikes and stuff like that. And so there's just, and he gives everyone kind of a personal list of practices to do at specific times during the day. And then we have meal times where we all sit and eat meals together, in silence. No one speaks to each other. And at the beginning of these meals, of each meal, he'll have a circle where he'll like do a teaching or recite like a poem or something like that. And sometimes he'll allow us to talk for like a little bit just to like discuss whatever he was talking about and then go back to silence. So there are certain times where we talk, but for the most of the time it's just a lot of silent meditation, and usually there aren't a lot of people there. It's like maybe 20 people or so, and so we have like the whole area to ourselves, and so we usually just kind of go off.
I would ruin that retreat.
You wouldn't go on that retreat.
I would totally go on that retreat. I think, like, but the problem is, like, even those times where like I'm sitting and like mulling over in my own silence, right? I will end up talking to myself out loud. And that's the problem, is like I don't know when it happens. I just know all of a sudden people are staring at me.
Okay, that's
Because I'm carrying on a conversation, not only by myself, but halfway through the conversation.
Word.
We're just like,
Right.
just sitting there. No. Stop. Like,
yeah. Well, I know that, conversations with yourself will definitely happen. I know, I for the longest time never thought I would be able to do a kilvat, because I know it was something that my dad would do a lot. My dad would go on kilvats all the time, just go away for a week, go on a kilvat by himself, and then come back, and he'd tell us about different, visions or experiences that he had while he was there. But I just was like, I was a very, very talkative kid, and I was like, there's no way I'd be able to just, like, sit there and just not talk to anyone else. But when I was 20, I finally decided, 21. When I turned 21, I finally was like, I'm just going to go do it. And it actually coincided with my 21st birthday, so I got to spend my 21st birthday just out on Lake Coeur d'Alene, just in silent meditation, not able to talk to anyone. It was great.
I also spent the weekend after my 21st birthday at a meditation retreat.
That's really cool. But I ended up
spent the weekend
enjoying it
after
a
my
lot.
21st drunk.
There you
Like
go.
the most
What a
people.
surprise.
I got super drunk right after I got back. Like afterwards,
I went
I
and
stopped
had
by
this
this
meaningful
like
experience, guys, and then I just got blasted.
like a few days
That's the way
later.
to do it.
I did have after driving back from the retreat, I stopped by Lakeside Diner and I had my very first legal glass of wine. It was great. It's a nice rosé.
Such a clarification. Very first legal glass of wine.
Underlined and bolded.
Underlined, emboldened, italicized. But yeah, but I actually enjoyed Killbot a lot more than I thought I was going to, and you know, I found that at least definitely for me, since I didn't have anyone I could talk to, I very much kind of started talking to myself a lot and just kind of became very reflective just on things, and I'd go out in nature and yeah, just had interesting experiences. Sometimes I felt like I could hear like just inner voices like telling me, okay, let's go this way and do something over here, and just kind of like guided things.
That's what we call schizophrenia.
Yes. Yeah, so I got very well acquainted with all of the forest spirits that lived there, you know, and hung out with all of the elves and fairies. It was a great time.
All right. Jack, Arlen, and I have talked a lot. And there's 4 minutes left. Well, 4 minutes and like 30 seconds. I think Vanessa and Isaac should be the ones that close this with their
Yes,
experiences on silence.
Probably a good idea.
What? You want me to go?
Uh,
What am I gonna do?
in honor of the topic, Vanessa silently pointed to Isaac Mills.
Of course. Naturally. Not at all.
Naturally.
I don't even
Silently.
know what that means.
Silently.
So silence, Isaac.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to speak. I'm
No,
terribly
what
sorry.
about
No.
silence? What are your thoughts on that?
Have
Or
you
the sound of
ever
silence.
experienced prolonged silence?
Prolonged silence, definitely. Absolutely. No, actually, I really like silence, personally. Just, I don't know if it's just the way my head's put together, but I like it a lot. It helps me not be massively stupid in every situation.
I
yeah.
think it's safe to say you were probably the best silent reactor out of everyone else I know. Everyone I know has like a good verbal reaction. Like Isaac, like when he's watching something, I know when he dislikes it, just like
It's like,
Just by a face that doesn't go well on radio.
yeah.
grumpy
It's just a
face.
face that's like, if I heard that, I wouldn't feel well. If that had a noise, it wouldn't be great. All right, and Vanessa.
So I definitely don't get to experience silence as much as like an adult. As an adult, I like work in a crazy place of business where I have to talk to people all the time, and like I'm a very social person. But when I was a lot younger, I would spend like whole weekends in silence because my parents would have to work, and I lived out in the middle of nowhere by myself, basically, because all of my siblings had moved away. So I spent a lot of time with my own thoughts, and I think like a lot of you guys said, it's you have to deal with your own personal shit. And I think it like really did help me in terms of figuring out how to deal with my own stuff on my own, because you don't have an option to deal with it
It's
through speaking with others.
it's interesting like how helpful that silence is.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, to nearly end on a weirdly depressing note, like that's the point of solitary confinement, is like the danger of your own thoughts.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Because have any of you ever seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
No.
No.
So, spoiler alert for anyone, though.
Oh, man.
like,
Now I have to close my
it's
ears.
a comedy, so like I don't know how important plot is to people. It's Andy Samberg's character gets thrown in prison.
Right.
And so, as part of this like undercover operation, he has to be thrown in solitary confinement, and then they actually throw him in solitary confinement, and he's just like, it's okay. It's just me alone with my thoughts. I'll just think about my my lovely girlfriend on the outside, what things I like, how my dad abandoned me. Oh, that was quick. And like that's just exactly how
Yeah.
silence is for me. That's probably why I don't like it. Anyway,
Your brain goes to dark places in the silence.
your brain goes to dark places, often humorously quick.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair enough. I know that after I got back from Kilvat, I did do a lot more meditation, like, more regularly than I ever did before going to Kilvat. So,
All right.
made me appreciate meditation more.
I think on that note, we're going to end this episode. So, let's move on to our next topic, guys.